now we are at Young Talkers, which is on the south end of Myrtle Beach, and we are here with Nicole, who is the owner, director, and speech language pathologist. Easy for me to say, right?
Yes.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to chat with us.
Thank you.
August, first, how does this apply to kind of Chef Jamie and her son, James?
Yeah, so we just finished talking to Chef Jamie, whose son, James, actually came here to Young Talkers for his speech and feeding therapies, and they had a lot of success here.
Great.
James actually was seen for communication and speech, and then also for feeding, which I'm sure Jamie talked probably a lot about that. So he worked a lot on his ability to communicate, his social skills. I know when he started with his feeding, he only had like 7 foods that he ate.
Right.
And those were inconsistent. And he was just very picky. He had a lot of behaviors during meals and things like that.
And is that normal?
Normal for
children on the spectrum. I mean, obviously there's a wide variety of places to be on the spectrum, but is issues with food, is that something you see a lot? Is that common?
It is significant.
Okay.
It is a significant issue. I would say, I mean, not all children that have a diagnosis of autism spectrum have feeding issues, but a significant percentage of them do, absolutely. Okay. So for his eating, we used a approach called sequential oral sensory approach. And it's actually a very structured approach, and it's to work with kids that have sensory and oral texture aversion. So basically that's if they don't like how something slimy, feels, or how it feels in their mouth, or how it smells, or how it tastes. Some of them actually have very aversive reactions like gagging or vomiting.
Wow.
James was not... He didn't have that extreme of behaviors. He had a lot of avoidance, a lot of trying to ignore, pushing foods away, things like that initially. And he was very inconsistent, with his eating. But Jamie, was awesome. She would come in the sessions. She would be a part of what they were working on with him, with the feeding. And we would give carryover assignments to do things at home with food. She would always do them. She would go above and beyond. And the family involvement with James was, a huge factor of the progress that he made. And the thing that's so amazing is recently we've had a few kids that have come in, older kids, age 4, age 5. They're not able to communicate other than just non-verbally gestures or pointing or pulling and that kind of thing. And we've trialed devices with them, and they're within months they're talking in sentences.
Oh, wow.
So it shows you they know exactly what they want to say and what they want to communicate.
It's got to be frustrating.
But they just can't. They can't get it out.
They can't get it out.
So it's opening this whole new world.
What a great
Not
service.
only for the children, but for the family.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And you were saying, the older kids, you have kids that are 4 and 5. What is your, typical age range of kids that you see on a daily basis?
Yeah, because when you say older, I'm thinking, they must be 10 to 12.
Right. So
you said 4 or 5. I'm like, that's older? Wow.
Right, yeah.
So what is considered?
Usually, as far as signs of autism spectrum, even as young as 18 months, you can start to see some of those signs. There are definitely things that are coming out now because we're starting to see for every 3 boys that are diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, only 1 female is diagnosed. So, and what's happening is a lot of the females are being missed. These girls that are not being diagnosed, and then they're being diagnosed at a later age, 1, they haven't got the intervention, and 2, then it's harder for them to get the services intervention because now they're at an older age.
Right.
Now, what if a child, say they're 24 months or somewhere around that age, they were talking and then they stopped talking. Is that also could be a sign?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We have a lot of parents that come in and say, my child was saying 15 words, 20 words, and then all of a sudden he's lost all these words and he's only saying mama and dada.
That's so interesting.
So that's definitely, anytime we see a regression, so they had skills and then they lost skills, that's always that's a concern and something that we're always looking at.
Right. Yes. Thank you so much. I had no idea that this was offered in the area, and what a great thing to do for folks. I mean, it's amazing the success stories coming out of here. And thank you guys for watching Living Local. We'll be right back.